Kamala Harris has chosen Tim Walz, that's the governor of Minneapolis. I'm gonna make a video showing you a few things of what this guy said and who he really is. This guy has been bought out by Uber and Lyft, and I'm gonna explain to you how. Because this guy is doing things that he's never done before. And this company, Uber and Lyft, is making him do these things, promising him, hey, you've got a ticket to the White House. If you do what we ask you to, we'll give you a ticket to the White House. Where's Tony West right now? He's with Kamala Harris, his sister-in-law. So he left Uber. He's leaving Uber on the 17th to go run his campaign. And he's like, guess what? We need one guy that I promised a trip to the White House. His name's Tim Walz. He did something for us. This is what he did.
Just in tonight, Governor Tim Walz has issued his first veto of the year, squashing a bill that would have set minimum wages for rideshare drivers. Our Corin Hogger joins us now live. Corin, the governor is pumping the brakes after learning of several red flags, including a massive threat from Uber.
Uber said, hey, we're going to leave the state. That was the threat. We're going to leave the state. We've been giving you guys money. We've been kicking you guys down. We've been taking care of you guys, giving you guys promises and everything else. Y'all not taking care of us. Y'all not scratching our back. We've been here making sure we have funded every campaign you've asked for. We've been here funneling money, making sure you have the immigrants here to work, making sure you have all the laws passed for what you want laws passed. We've been funding you tons of money for this. And this is how you're going to do us? And Tim was like, you know what? I'll veto it. You ain't never vetoed nothing before in your life. I'll veto it. That's what I'll do. I'll veto it. Bruh, you have never vetoed nothing in your life. They gonna probably sense something's a little wrong with that. You've never vetoed a bill. Don't worry. Just don't take money. Don't leave. I got a plan. I got a plan. Don't worry about these drivers. Don't worry about these families. I got a plan.
That's right, Randy. Governor Walz has signed 63 bills so far this year, but his first ever veto goes to the so-called Uber-Lyft bill. And part of the reason is because of the impact it might have on people with mobility issues, like those here in Dakota County.
The first ever bill he's ever vetoed because people might have mobility issues. Wait until you see how many people he's talking about. This is the funniest excuse I've ever heard. Yeah, people might have mobility issues. I don't want to give drivers, tens of thousands of drivers, take care of tens of thousands of families. I don't want to do that because we might have mobility issues for a few people. Wait till you hear who he's talking about.
Transportation Coordinator Robin Bernardi says the program has grown to 1,400 riders every month, including Benson and Andrew Smith, who mainly use it to get to work in Eagan.
So you're going to deny tens of thousands of families a livable wage. You're going to deny that because 1,400 people are taking trips in that month. 1,400. Oh, the program's grown to 1,400 people. Well, there's about 30, 40,000 families that use Uber and Lyft as far as jobs go. And you telling me 1,400, there's 1,400 people, that use this service every month. We don't want to do them wrong. We want to, we can't pay these drivers a good working wage. We got to take care of these people. And these people are also on a program. The government pays for these programs. And the thing is, the government is giving Lyft and Uber a ton of money. We know how NEMT rides are. The government is paying Social Security rides, Medicare rides, Medicaid rides. Uber and Lyft are making a ton of money on these apps because they already know when the programs get cut, when Trump is coming back talking about, hey, we might have to cut some of these programs to save a little money. We have to cut back because we see a lot of abuse. We see a lot of mismanagement of funds going on. We see a lot of fraud going on, just like with the PPP loans. Hey, we see a lot of fraud. If we're not doing audits, we're seeing a lot of fraud. So they're saying they're going to come in and audit everything. Uber and Lyft's like, oh, no, please don't come in and audit everything. Then you'll find out what we're really doing.
The average rider took 22 trips per month as of last July at a cost of $17.50 per ride. The county gives them each a predetermined amount every month, and riders have to budget their trips.
These are the programs I'm talking about. They're allotting so much money for these rides for these people. They don't know how much these rides really cost. There could be surge amount added in there. There could be, upgraded fees for stops and everything added in there. These people have no idea. They just tell people, hey, you know what? For the month, we're going to give you, $400 a week for rides. And people go, ooh, $400 a week? Yeah, so if you have to travel, 5-6 days a week, that's about $80, $70, $80 a day. And you can take a ride in the morning for $30. You can take a ride at night for $30. This is how they get people because they thinking, man, these rides are expensive. Man, I can only take like 2 rides a day. The only reason why the apps don't go overboard with it is because they know they'll start throwing flags in the system. So they try to keep it under the radar. You know what? Let's build their accounts, but we can't pay the drivers a lot. And once we start billing these accounts, we can't let the government know how much we're really gouging these people for. Keep it under the radar a little bit.
We're not really sure what it means. Lyft tells us that the prices will increase, double, triple, perhaps.
That would max out the rideshare budgets for mobility-limited riders and put them in a tough spot where maybe they couldn't keep their jobs.
And that's how Lyft and Uber win. Scare tactics, fear tactics. And this Governor Tim Walz is the same way. Fear tactic. Oh, if we do this and I don't veto this bill, Uber and Lyft's gonna leave. It's all fear tactics. These people, they just want to scare people into submission to the point where they go, okay, we understand. All right, we don't want that to happen. It's a lot of fear. It's not what they want to happen. It's what they scare people to say, oh, we don't want that to happen. Oh, man, if you're saying that's going to happen, we don't want that to happen. Governor Walz is a typical Democrat. This is what they do. They throw threats at you. They throw all of these fear tactics at you to get you scared to say, oh man, all this rhetoric, I don't know what's going to happen if it goes that way. We don't want that to happen.
If Trump gets a chance to return, he's going to pick up exactly where he left off 4 years ago.
What did I tell you? Scare tactics. This is the Democrats' playbook. Say something's racist. Say something's dangerous. Say something's misinformation. This is the Democratic playbook. It's throw fear out there to get you to react on fear, not on information, not on a plan, not on what you want to do. Because all these people have shown us is that they're willing to veto bills that are going to pay American families, to help out the middle class a little bit. They'll veto that for the first time ever just to help out corporate America, to help out Kamala Harris's brother, Tony West. That's his company. Uber's his company. So when they were doing all the legal work in Minneapolis, all that, Tim Walz was involved in all that legal work. Tony West was involved in all that legal work. They know each other. They ain't new to each other. So for them to see each other go through this whole legal mess and be like, hey, man, you remember me? I'm Tim Walz. I'm the one who helped you guys in Minneapolis. Yeah, dude. Yeah, I remember you. I'm going to help my sister. Hey, man, we got to get every state on what y'all want. As VP, you go and take care of every state. Make every state be the same way that we did y'all. Go in and scare them with some more scare tactics, man. That's the Democratic playbook. Use some scare tactics.
Only this time, it will be much, much worse. Raising costs on middle-class family. He will repeal the Affordable Care Act, no doubt about it. He'll gut Social Security and Medicare.
You saw what he did right there, didn't you? He threw that, oh, he's going to gut Social Security and Medicare. He don't say audit. These people don't know how to use the word audit. When you go through a system and you form a committee and you start auditing everything, looking at all the numbers to make sure things are what they are, you don't just cut something because you just don't know. You go through and you audit it and you say, okay, we don't need this much money going to those programs. Too much money is going to that program. There's a lot of misuse going in there. There's money that's not accounted for going in there. You got to go through and audit it. Uber don't audit. Lyft don't audit. People like Governor Walz, he don't audit. They're used to just throwing out fear. Hey, he's going to come in and cut it. And everybody's like, ooh, another fear tactic. But we already know, as accountants, as auditors, you got to go in. You got to analyze, reconcile, go through everything to make sure it is what it is before you cut it. You might be cutting out meat and not fat. So if you see some fat on it, cut out the fat. Leave the meat on there. That's what true governments do.
Donald Trump's not fighting for you or your family. He never sat at that kitchen table like the one I grew up at, wondering how we were going to pay the bills. He sat at his country club up in Mar-a-Lago, wondering how he can cut taxes for his rich friends.
Now, do I need to insert a clip showing him giving Uber and Lyft deals in Minneapolis when he cut out working families, drivers? He cut those people out of the equations, saying, no, we're not going to give you guys a working wage. I'm actually going to veto that bill. I'm not trying to get y'all paid. I'm not trying to get the people of Minnesota paid. I'm trying to take care of Uber and Lyft. How do you think this dude is standing next to Kamala Harris right now? Do you think she just picked somebody clear out of the blue? Who we on? Oh, man, what about Governor Walz? Oh, yeah, he plays the game. He plays the game. We told him to do something, and he plays the game. I'm going to play the clip for you.
Tim Walz has issued his first ever veto. Walz today vetoed a bill that would have given pay raises and job protections to rideshare drivers.
Like all regular people I grew up with in the heartland, JD studied at Yale. had his career funded by Silicon Valley billionaires, and then wrote a bestseller trashing that community. Come on!
Uber and Lyft had urged Walz to veto the bill, and Uber had already announced plans to leave the state of Minnesota, except for the Twin Cities metro area, if it was not vetoed.
So Uber and Lyft pressured him. That's basically what happened. They said it right there. They was like, hey man, we need you to do something. We gonna put some pressure on you. If you don't veto this bill, you know what we got on you. We got money. We got a position for you if you take care of us. You wanna get up to the White House somehow? You wanna sit in Minnesota for the rest of your life with a whole bunch of drivers pissed off at you? What do you wanna do? You already told these drivers you ain't trying to get them paid. You already making sure we get our medical money from the NEMT rides from Medicare and Medicaid. You already on our team already. You already playing by our rules. You might as well just come on our team. Veto the bill. They put pressure on this man. Tony West put pressure on this man. And now he's sitting as the VP right now, the VP candidate in the White House, next to somebody who wants to use immigrant labor, who don't want to pay nobody extra money. How do you think this man got there? This is no coincidence.
The situation is escalating too rapidly in the United States against the trans and gender expansive people for us to not use every tool we have to protect people.
And I just have to say it. You know it, you feel it. These guys are creepy and yes, just weird as hell. That's what you see. That's what you see.
I just had to put that clip in there. You know, he was talking about Trump and JD Vance being weird. Oh, they're creepy. They're all weird. Meantime, this dude is standing behind a guy dressed like a lady, trying to call somebody creepy and weird. I'm like, bruh, you setting yourself up for failure right there. You can't go around calling other people creepy and weird, trying to make your audience laugh at somebody calling them creepy and weird when you standing behind a creepy and weird person. Come on, man. You set yourself up for that one.
To those I say the following: what do you have to lose by trying something new like Trump? What do you have to lose?
Donald Trump's. Come on.
I see you, motherfucker!